Okay, you guys, for today's video, I'm going to show you how I get this look. I have done a few different curling videos, mostly on my stories, so they haven't been permanent ones, and they haven't been super in-depth. So I got a request the other day when I was asking you guys which videos you wanted to see. An in-depth curl video was one of the ones that I got a few requests for, and also one that was going to be on IGTV, so it would be long-term. So you guys can go back and reference it until you kind of get this down pat. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this first part. I'm just gonna speed through how I do the bottom part of my hair and then go more into the in-depth part towards the ends. As always, if you guys have questions, comment as you go along in the video, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I just went ahead and filmed really quickly in hyperlapse me curling the base of my hair because I'm going to show you guys how to do it all over and don't want you to have to sit through a long video. But I'll show you and explain a little bit more in depth what I'm doing while I do this part. So I just go through and section off my hair. And the good rule of thumb to do is to have sections as wide as the barrel of your curling iron. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I just took a section here. I like to start from the back of my section and work forward because having shorter hair, if you have longer hair, you can kind of pull it forward and you're probably okay. But having shorter hair, it's easier to work from back to front for me because then I don't accidentally drop a piece in the back and it goes missing or gets missed in the curling process. So, okay, here's my section. And I'll look down. And then here is my curling iron. So kind of hard to see on film, but there you go. I can kind of lay it directly behind it, and you can see that it's almost the exact same width that my curling iron is. So that's really important because when your barrel is a certain size and you use it to curl, it's going to help for it to get heated all the way through, as where if your section is too thick, it's not going to get equal heating all over the section, or if it's too small, it might get too hot and expose your hair to too much heat. So I am just curling backwards away from my hair and releasing, and I'll show you guys kind of how I do the twist for that moving forward. And I do already have, last night I washed my hair with Olaplex 4 and 5. That's the shampoo and the conditioner that have the bond enhancers. I get asked all the time in the salon, is that something I recommend for such and such as hair type? And it's something that I recommend for every hair type, like pixie down to waist length. It's the same ingredients that are in the Olaplex that I use in like hair color and all that stuff for my color clients that know about it. So it's a really great shampoo and conditioner to keep your hair super healthy. And then I put 6 and 7 in it and let it air dry last night. So again, Olaplex bond enhancing, can't get enough of it. And the number 7 oil you can actually put in right before you style as well, because it has a heat protectant up to 460 degrees, I believe it is. So that is super awesome to protect your hair from the heat. If you don't let it air dry, it also has that heat protection for blow drying. So awesome product, and it's a dry oil. So even if you have more oily hair, it is amazing. So I'll explain a little bit more with the curls on this side. So same thing, just taking a section straight back. See, these are the little pieces I was talking about that can get dropped if you don't grab them and pull it forward. So we're going to section here. Same thing with the same width of a section. And I like to take my curling iron and we're just going to go straight up with it. So we're going straight up, hair out. You can actually hold it out almost completely horizontal to get the curling iron in, like when you're starting. It's just easy. Go straight up, clamp it, and start to turn. So you don't want to, you want to start to turn immediately when you clamp it, because otherwise you'll get, if you've ever had like a kink in your hair or a line from the clamp of your barrel, that's where it comes from. It's from not twisting immediately, holding it, and it makes that little dent. So we're going to do the same thing here, and we're rotating away from the face. This opens up your face, and we're going to pull and twist, pull and twist. I leave out about half an inch to an inch, and then I twist down as I release. So the heat is on all of the hair an equal amount of time. And also when you pull down, that sort of tugs the curl downward and gives you more of that beachy wave look. You don't have to do that. You can just release as you go and you'll get more of like those round bouncy curls. Just total preference there. Sometimes I do one, sometimes I do the other. And then, so after we've gone on the left side, then the right side, then I get a little back section. So kind of hard to see, but I just get a section back here. And because I've done part of the back already, this section is about as wide as my barrel. I have a little tiny head. And so we're doing kind of the opposite here. So the crown, to create volume up there, you're going to hold your hair straight up. And then you're going to turn your curling iron horizontal instead. So I go here and then again, start turning immediately. And for this section, I sort of rotate like, this was just one piece, but when you have wider sections across the crown of your head, just rotate going left and right. That helps you not to get, if you've ever seen somebody who has a part like down the back of their head, if you rotate going back and forth of which direction you're turning, that helps the curls to overlap and almost fold into each other so that you don't have a part or like a hole, as some people will call it, in the back of their head. And then I go straight down the middle here. I wear a middle part most of the time, and I also really like, even when I do a side part, to still curl it off the middle. That way after you let it curl, if you're a hair tousler or you like a side part, then you can tousle it over to that side and it gives you instant like mega volume. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about by that at the end. We're just going through here. Get another little section. Same thing. Horizontally out, and then we're twisting to the base and then leaving the end out. Release, release. Bam. And so we're going to keep on doing that. Get another section here. Straight. And you want to make sure to go all the way to the root. That's a question I get a lot from people, like, how far up should I go? And I say pretty much to the base, because I like volume at the top of my hair. I just have naturally I have a lot of hair, but I have a lot of fine hair. So it's naturally stick straight. As you can see, like, this is my hair air dried. So it's super straight and smooth. So I have to work to create a little bit of volume in my hair. So I say go all the way to the root if you're a volume girl. And even still, if you have more like curly frizzy hair and you're actually curling it to smooth your curl pattern, still go to the root because it's going to smooth it out. Say you have very coarse or very kinky hair, it's going to have that really tight wave even if you've blown it out straight some. And so if you just smooth over that with a curling iron, it's going to seal off the cuticle and help your curl to be like a smooth, even pattern all the way down. But you can pull it out straight a little more and then start to curl towards the end if you're not trying to build volume. So here we go again. Hold it out and up and twist. Make sure to leave those ends out. That gives a more like loose textured look. Again, you can go all the way to the ends if you want more of like a full curl. But for the type of texture that I wear every day, if you've seen pictures of mine, that is how you get that texture. And another reason that I love doing that is because with the ends left out, like, you have to think, okay, these ends have been on my head longer than any of the rest of my hair. And you don't want to put heat or anything on those ends because they're normally, well, they always are, the most fragile part of your hair. So be really careful and really gentle with those ends. And this is just another way to do that. Like, you get this fun texture if you leave out those ends and you're not putting heat on them again. So it's just smart. Okay, so I'm going to leave, you can see like a little triangle there at the front, and I'll show you guys how I do that part. And that part might vary, and I'll explain that in just a second based on like your haircut and style and all that. So same thing here, kind of get the triangle sort of even. You can see it's not perfect, but I'm not too concerned with that. And the curling iron that I'm using today is a 1.25. That's probably my most commonly used curling iron, but if I really want my hairstyle to stay for like 4 or more days, I might use like an inch or 3/4 iron, or if I just want like more of a tight, like super bouncy, really textured look, I will do that. So for this, and if you need to use a comb in these sections, I totally understand. Some people's hair gets more tangly or is harder to control. Mine's just stick straight, and smooth, so I comb through it with my fingers. And again, if you use all those Olaplex products, it really helps. So for the front here, I have sort of a curtain bang. It's grown out some, but I still have, you know, like shorter hairs here. So what I do with those is I pull them completely forward here. And I'll even show you guys a little trick with this too. And then you're gonna hold your curling iron like upside down. So here's the clamp down here, and then that's the back of my iron. So see the clamp there. So you're gonna pull it straight down, and again, start to move as soon as you get in there so you don't get that clamp. And then I hold it like that. It's a little bit different shape here. And you can do this with a round brush if you're blowing it out to already make that style, but you know, I just let mine air dry, so I didn't do that. And then same thing there, curl back. And then you kind of pull it forward. If you want more of that curtain, my hair is stubborn and likes to keep the part, but I try to work it. Pull that together a little bit. And you can even like put a clip in there just really loosely and make sure it's not like a hardcore clip when you are putting it in, or else you'll get a dent when it's really hot. But you can help style that with some product. So at this point, I am going to let my curls sit and cool. The underneath's pretty much cool, but you just want them to get to the point where they're cool to the touch. And I think I mentioned on my stories before, but if you curl your hair and it's this time of year, which this is sort of some bipolar weather here lately in North Carolina, but if you get it curled and go outside in the morning and it's cool, like that'll instantly lock your curls in. So that's a quick little tip. I've had some people use a hairdryer on a cold setting, and that also works. The only thing is that can blow it a little out of place, so you don't want to get super up close with that blow dryer if you choose to do that. But really, just sitting here for a little bit, enjoying your coffee, whatever. Sometimes I still have on my robe at this point, and we'll go put on my clothes. Whatever you need to do to just kill a few minutes. And so mine is pretty cool. It's a little warm still at the root, but for time's sake, I will show you guys what I do next. So my bottle, that's my curling iron there. My bottle is struggling a little bit today. It's not, I need a new one. It's about empty, but I'm going in with the Amika Undone Spray. If you ever watch my videos, read the descriptions in my post. This is one of my favorite products ever. I talk about it all the time. It is, I think it's now, it might be tied with our Olaplex number 7, but this is probably like what most people pick up in the salon. This is like everybody's favorite product. And probably because I throw it down their throats, but it really does work. So I just shake it up, especially because this bottle's super slim, so I apologize if it goes out on us during this. But then I just spray underneath and go up and underneath and up the whole way, and then you look like a freak. And then make sure to get the crown, because I forget about that area sometimes. You know, I go a little bit wild with this product, but it's probably why I go through it like water. A little bit more here at the root too, in the front, just to give it. And this product does have some hold to it and some memory. So what I mean by that is when you go back, like say you've worn your hair all day and it's just starting to get like flat or falling out anyways, you just go back with the Amika Undone spray, and it's super awesome. You don't have to go back with the product. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. You just go back in with your fingers and kind of like fluff it up, and the product still has like hold and will go back into place. So then I just kind of work through with my fingers. Again, if you don't like putting your fingers in your hair, that's totally okay. You can just like flip it upside down and shake it out, or use a wide tooth comb or something like that. Just pull those bangs forward and kind of curtain them out. Whoop. And then at this point, if you're a hairspray gal, you can add hairspray. I'll put a little bit in today just to hold kind of like my bangs in place. I use the Kenra 21. This is the only hairspray that I ever have at the salon. I sometimes use the 25 for weddings and updos that need like that hardcore strength. But for day to day, this is 21. It says it's a firm hold. I don't think it's like glue, but then again, I'm used to using the 25 that's like serious hardcore. And I don't think it's super stiff if you're spraying it as far away as it's directed to use. So, okay, there we go. And it just has a twist top, so that's convenient. But the reason I only have this hairspray is because it's alcohol free and it's super affordable. So, I'll just spray through. And I'll just spray a little bit at the top. But my hair holds curl really well. You may need to add a little bit more hairspray if yours does not. And that is about it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And let me know if there's something else that you want me to film that I haven't filmed, whether that be at-home tutorials, how to do your hair in the morning, some different styles I can show you guys. Now that my hair has some length to it, I have a little bit more options and some more things that I can show you guys. Or if you have a different length of hair than I do, I have plenty of clients that are so sweet and happy for me to film videos and use them as my models. So just let me know and I'll be happy to do styling stuff for any of those. As always, I'll post more color videos and all of those things. But if there's something in particular that you want to know more about, products, styling, color, tips and tricks, just my everyday hair care, anything, just feel free to comment below or send me a message. And if you have questions, always just feel free to ask, message me, or comment below, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions about this video. Thanks.